Why did the ancient quote-unquote gods or the ancient aliens, extraterrestrials, have to drink wine? The question is, why are all the gods of the 12 gods of the pantheon of ancient Greece silent now while first talking to a people? Why did everyone ask for the type of sacrifices that they used to make from what we read in the Old Testament? Christ said, "It is the vine." Noah, after the flood, the God said to plant a vine and not beans that are made quickly and are also invigorating. The same, of course, with the ancient Greek god of wine, Dionysius. You will say they wanted to drink wine. Yes, since they were gods. Why did they drink plain wine and not, for example, sparkling champagne? Answer: they are silent because they left. And why did they leave? Because they were aliens, and here on Earth there were other conditions. They would get sick otherwise. So why did they ask for wine? They asked it because they did not have bioenergy that they received mainly from humans, adrenaline. But why wine? Because these gods are made of silicon, and here on Earth the food has iron. Something for them is that would make them sick. As an antidote, all the gods would have to drink wine. Gods we're talking about star beings, as the Anunnaki or Anu, as the ancient, as the Native Americans would say, the star people. So because wine has an element, the writer says, I don't remember the formula now, that protects them from poisoning. And that's why they did not drink champagne or very hard distilled drinks. Not to say why it was the only drink that the ancients knew. They knew other drinks as well, for example, beer. The fact that the gods, the aliens, some of them are made of silicon is also told by the crop circles, the agroglyphs that formed on August 19th, 2001 in the fields next to Britain's largest telescope in Chilbolton, Hampshire. And we have the Chilbolton glyph, the composite, and the Arecibo crop circle as well. So as you can see, the composite is right in the center. The crop circle responds to a message sent to space in 1974 by astronomer Carl Sagan through NASA and the Arecibo telescope in Puerto Rico. They say they are the same as humans, but they are not made of carbon but silicon. We are carbon-based beings. The gods of religions are silicon-based beings. The sixth element of the periodic table is carbon. 666 is life. What do the aliens represent? Now, man is made of carbon. We are told that the carbon atom is the only atom in the periodic table that creates life. That is, in our organic chemistry, everything is based on carbon. But they worked for us again. Scientists have been investigating this phenomenon since the 1950s. And they realized that silicon, which is just below carbon, an octave below it, shows signs of life. There seems to be no difference. And the figure shows how silicon forms a certain circuit design and reactions. These are just a few circuits because silicon reacts chemically with almost everything and forms chemical compounds. But carbon also has these characteristics, and since it gave us life, why not give life to silicon? And indeed, life forms were found on Earth from silicon. For example, a kind of a sponge in the depths of the oceans that grows and multiplies, such as life forms that are made of carbon. The Earth is about 7,000 miles in diameter. The thickness of its shell is from 30 to 50 miles, like the shell of an egg, and 25% consists of pure silicon. But because silicon interacts with almost everything, the cortex is usually made up of 87% silicon compounds. This means that the Earth's crust is almost pure crystal, with a depth ranging from 30 to 50 miles. So the cortex meaning the crust. So we are in this huge crystal ball, and we're flying in space at a speed of 17 miles per second. We are carbon-based beings, and we live in the Earth crystal sphere, which consists of silicon crystal. These are from Plato solids. So now think about how computers work. They work because they have silicon. According to a comment from a reader of Search magazine on the antidote of wine against iron and a favor of aliens based on silicon, phenolic compounds have the property of binding iron. In wine, there are certain natural substances called procyaninids and they play an important role in the natural functioning of the body. These substances, which belong to the group of phenolic compounds, have the very characteristic property of the stew and are essentially hidden inside the grape seeds and in the must of the wine to reach many times 1 to 2 grams per liter. This is the extraction phase of red wine, during which these substances pass unchanged into the must that boils but only at 25 degrees Celsius. And this I've translated from a Greek article. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.